a cheerio, gypsy radio hot. Digging, believing, body, oh. One sing high, the other sing low. A lady sang a record, like a gypsy, oh. It was upstairs, downstairs, a lady went. But I stood up without a know. There was a crave from around the door. He's away with a record, like a gypsy, oh. It was late last night when the lodge came in. Cry out for this lady, oh. When it's been lights and the silver maid. He's away with a record, like a gypsy.
Good evening, and another live stream from my home. I'm Michiel from Rapalje, and it's evening now here, so good evening. And when you're living in around the neighborhood where I am in the north of Europe, and for the rest of the world, a good day, good morning, a good afternoon, and yeah, you just saw one of the concerts, one of the last concerts we actually did in the theater. We were supposed to do many concerts in the theater this month. We were totally booked out in January, but we didn't do any concerts until, yet. We did perform once in 2022. Not a very good start of the year, I must say. We expected a little bit different. Many theaters are already booked for 2 years now, and we are rescheduling them from time to time. So be patient, please be patient with us. We try to do our best to do all the concerts. And you saw it was a Regular Gypsy song by William, and I want to talk about sound, because some of you may know that I have many hobbies and many things I actually very passionate about. One of them is, of course, making music, and then, of course, with Rapalje. I used to be a one-man band. I studied graphic designing and photography in School of Arts in the Netherlands, in Groningen and Leeuwarden. So I make many pictures and things, but one of the biggest hobbies I had my whole life, since I was 6 years old, was sound. Listen to all recordings from all artists with headphones on, and really try to listen very clearly to all the definition and everything you could hear in the sound. I really like it when sound has a lot of definition, a lot of things to listen to. And the better the sound system, the more you can hear, or the more you can learn to hear. Because I know that many people at home, but also on many places where we've performed, the sound is not always the best. And when it starts with a poor sound, then there's nothing to discover in the sound itself. So we talk a little bit about our sound systems. One of the sound systems we use for Rapalje is this one. This is really one of the modules we use for our sound for Rapalje and many other bands. Many of you may have heard, maybe you don't recognize it because they're normally bigger. We use more of them, but we made some things, and this is what I want to talk about with you. This is something I will talk about a little bit, but it's one of my biggest hobbies, and I've been designing, developing, and researching sound all my life. So right now I'm trying to make the smallest, best sounding sound system I can, in my opinion. And I want to know how you listen to your sound. Do you have good earphones, or maybe you want to share music with somebody else? Maybe you have big television but with small sounds, or the other way around. Because we want to bring Rapalje at your home, because we're not able to do this in theaters. And theaters, you also want the big sound where you really are involved in the music, and it's really like we are performing there for you acoustically, but then a bit louder. So we try to do our best to not give the impression that you listen to a sound system. You listen to musicians singing and performing, making music on instruments. And if you hear a sound system or speakers or a way the music is played, then a part of the experience is lost, I guess. It's when you close your eyes and you think there are musicians in my room, or Rapalje is here in my room, and to my opinion, that's the best way to get the sound to your home. And this is my way to get it to you. And I'm starting with patrons because I'm now going to read the comments. Please let me know if you have a good sound system, if it's good enough, or maybe you don't know what's a good system or what not. Maybe when you are on concerts and you heard Rapalje, you say, wow, that's a sound that's really good, and that's what I want at home, but I cannot get it. That's the reason that I go to Rapalje, because I want to see, we want to see each other, of course, but we also want to communicate. And the most important way to communicate for us is with sound. Even though I'm really into video, the most important thing about video is sounds, actually. Yeah, because if I talk, if the sound, let me do a test. If the sound is still there. Me. But you cannot see me like this. I can do it like this. If the sound's gone but you cannot see it, there's still a way to communicate, because we can still talk with each other. And when I look at you, and you cannot hear what I'm saying, then you probably switched up right now and you thought something wrong with your microphone, but I was not talking. Okay, let me go to your comments. And let me see what you're writing. First on Patreon, we have Peter Young, another poem. Time will come in real I see. Till then on handy screen you be. And sound, no reason to complain. Loud and clear, don't need more gain. And then a small technical flaw. Who cares? My first senses I don't withdraw. All what and how you do is simply great. Now it's only for the better time we all wait. Of course, the most important thing about sound is actually the thing you're listening to. A good story, a good music, which is always more important than a good sound itself, technically. But I'll be working on many systems. I'm going to show them later in this in about 5 to 10 minutes. My developments. I've been working on this now for the last past days very intensively, cutting wood, using a 3D printer and laser machines, cutting edge new technology to get just the best possible sound there is. It's also playing in my living room, and I'm really excited to hear some of my most favorite music from when I started listening to the sound of my youth when I was 6 years old, and which was Billy Joel, the Piano Man, and Tracy Chapman, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. All these sounds are sounding new to me, to my ears. First of all, because we got new masters, new edits of the sound, but also our way to perceive sound. Like a big television with 8K displays, sound also gets better and better and better and easier. One thing I want to show you, which is the main engine that drives our big systems at Rapalje, is only this. This is the speaker, the heart of the sound system for everyone who ever saw Rapalje in the past 3 or 4 years. This is our system. This is what's in our system, but then a lot of them. Yeah, okay. Another one. I watched with an iPad, sounds and everything is good. We always would have much more bigger screens, by the way, but I usually don't watch there. With them, there are always disadvantages. And Lorna, I watch with a PC. The sound on your live stream is sometimes a bit quiet compared to other live streams. Okay, that's something good to know. Yeah, but the good thing is you can turn up the sound a little bit. I can also do that for you, but I don't want to get it distorted. So for now, especially for Lorna, I will crank it up 2 decibels more. Okay, I go to our... Yeah, sound of course needs to be good as well. Let me see what you're writing on. Okay, I go to our YouTube. Facebook, okay, Facebook. I see Fred, Jule, Misha van Verus Verator, and Misha will also be very interested in new developments I'm doing right now. So these little, I also got one made of wood, little wooden thing, and then this is it looks easy, but it's a lot of development I've been working on. You put this in here, and then you got a little system. But there's more to it, but cables and damping and connections and there's one thing in front of it. We can talk about these things. This is one of the things that I've been developing. This is a waveguide, 3D printed, and it all goes together like this. Click it on. Let me try it to click it on. Wait a minute. It fits very tight. It snaps on like this. Click, 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 and it sticks. This is it. This is all you need for a start. But then, when you get a bigger room, just get more and connect them all, and they sound even better together. Let me see what you're writing there. Donna says hello. Correlat, good evening. Björn, hello, it's been a while, hasn't it? Good evening, Björn. Anna, Jos, everything is welcome at the live stream. Yeah, and of course we want a good sound. And the reason that I don't want to be so loud in a live stream is because I don't like distortion and a lot of compression. So Facebook doesn't like my. Okay, we got the wait a minute. Like distortion and a lot of compression. Okay, and we already got some disturbances on Facebook. Donna, sound is like a tattoo. It gives you an idea about the person and a creation of being. Yeah, sound sounds very special. It's just moving air. It's there, and when it's not there, it's gone. And sound is something amazing. It's really magical. Yeah. Facebook is still there. Wait a minute. Okay, do we have a good sound? So, yeah. Oh yeah. I was that was not disturbance. I was not talking. I was doing this with my mouth, but there was actually no sound because I did not speak for real. This is what William often does, and also things like. Make noises with your mouth, and when we do the sound checks and William comes on stage, he really got some got some very nice ways to disturb me and to think that there's something wrong with the sound. But you can all do it yourself with your mouth, but just stop talking and make funny noises, things like that. I'm not going to do this because you think it's real. Bjorn, at home I usually listen to music through my headphones. More of a gaming headset than anything, but it's good enough, and it's through a headset. It's and then you get the speaker set. Again, nothing brilliant, but it works. Yeah, it's good if sound works, but if you can have an experience like the musicians are really there in your room. Depending on how big the room is, you need things like this, or you need something more. I can show you. It's not only this. You also need a little bass thing. We could talk a little bit about it a little bit more in a Zoom meeting when you're interested. But this is something that makes it special. When you go to big venues, you see small speakers like this. And when the venue gets bigger, when you get more audience, or when the room gets bigger, then you do this. And this is what I've been developing. It used to be like this. This is a little line array loudspeaker for your home. This means maybe you only need this one. But maybe you need, your room is a little bit bigger, or you want to a little bit louder sound, or maybe you want this, or go there. I don't know how high your ceiling is, but you can go from your ceiling to the floor if you want with the speakers, and you can connect them all, put them in angles, and you can learn how a line array systems work. And wherever you are in your room, the sound will be exactly the same from sitting in a chair, sitting on your couch, or going 10 meters in your kitchen, like in my place, and it still sounds the same depending on how much of these you will have. The only advantage, the more speakers you have, the further away the sounds go. So if you have many speakers, like on big venues, then it doesn't really matter if you go further from stage or to the stage. It actually stays the same. Sometimes you can also get sounds get louder the further you go from the sound system. This is also possible with systems like this. So what you can even do is at the back of the room, it could be much louder than when you're sitting in front of this system. If you want to have it all explained on Patreon, I'm there for you, and I'm going to work on this. I'm going to make this available for everyone, and you can get all the music from Rapalje on the Rapalje sound system in your house. So that's what I'm talking about it, because I'm working on this, and this is really something that I'm into at the moment. Okay, let's see. Jos, the sound is not only the speaker, but it's also the room where the speaker in it. It's also the room, and that's true. When you have a very good sound system, but you have a very poor room acoustics, it doesn't sound very good. So the first thing you can do when you got a poor sound in your room, put on headphones. Well, that's obvious. But what you can also do is improve your room. Put in more furniture. Get some curtains, things like that, or get thick carpets. And when you don't like that, get a sound system that cuts through the acoustics in your room. This system where I'm working on handles difficult environments. These kind of column speakers are used in churches and rooms with a lot of echo, train stations, things like that. Where the acoustics are bad, these speakers will shine even better than any normal system. Where the acoustics are good, this will knock you off your socks by how direct it sounds. And that's a room. That's right. It's a room that the sound sounds in. That's most places is not easy. Outside you got the wind, for example, that blows side to side. The sound away from, especially when you get to wind from the side. It's terrible mostly when you're far away. And then you, of course, sound also has to travel through air, and whatever's in the, it takes time, and whatever's in the air, it will also make the sounds different. Ophelia, if I listen to Rapalje, my neighbor are able to enjoy it too. Yeah, that's good. That's what I like. That's what I like about sound systems. When you play it loud, everyone will hear it, so that's good. Amara, photos. I am researching what sound system to connect to my little, big, huge new TV to get as close as possible to concert feel at home. Till live going to concert is back. Amara, get a sound system that you normally use for live show, like this mini linear system that you normally see at festivals from your home. That's the reason that I'm developing. I also want live sound. I want to have sound as real as possible in my room, wherever I am in my room. You have very good systems, but you need to sit exactly in the middle on the right spot. Not anymore. So that's the reason that I'm developing loudspeakers. I know that there are many loudspeakers at home. You got Sonos systems. IKEA has also Sonos system, but every time when I listen to them, it sounds. You can hear the music and it's okay, but it doesn't sound like a live concert or an acoustic performance in your room. Because when you have a piano, anyone who has a piano or acoustic guitar or drums in your own room, you know how it sounds when you play it or somebody plays it, and then you get your sound system, and it sounds, well, not that great that you're used to. That's also one of the reasons that many musicians have poor sound systems, because you cannot get a decent sound if you don't pay a lot of money, because good sound systems cost thousands of dollars, and that's also not something that I can afford. So that's the reason that I start small, and when you get a small room, this is a cheaper way to get a better sound. And I know that many people want want Rapalje and other bands back on stage because it's something that live music is really living, and it's really a big thing, a big feeling, but you sit at home and yeah, if you have small phones and things like that, music is great. And I also listen to music on my phone because I listen to the lyrics or the instruments, but well, this is something else. Jula, what's an iPhone? Sounds good. Okay. Here? Good. Okay, is my sound good here? Okay. Yeah. It's very late. Here? Good. Yeah. It sounds very late. It's very late, a lot of latency for Facebook. Misha, I always listen to night soundbar from Teufel with a big sub. Big sub's also always good. Donna, sight and sound. I knew a musician that said he was a sight person, drew it in and set it to music. Movie interview with a vampire explained the Rolling Stones song. Easter eggs for you to look it up in credits. Veli, too big GBL, too smaller in a living room. GBL Bluetooth speaker in a dining room. Okay, yeah, the GBL systems are really incredible and they have a big sound. But you can make comparisons. When you got sound systems and you compare them and you place them side by side, you can hear big differences in sound. And it's not only the bass and that you think, hey, there's a lot of noise, but sometimes you can hear more things in the music, like breathing, like fingers over touching the strings, or the fingers touching the keyboards from the piano. Very small details are well heard, mostly on headphones and sometimes on loudspeakers. So, and most speakers, you hear the music, you have the sound, but it's not that you really get the big definition that you could have on these systems. Linda, I'm half deaf, so good sound is very important to me. Linda, I think loud sound is good for you. It's better for you. Let me see. Yeah, Linda had some problem with sound where it was too loud. Yeah, when it sounds too loud for a long time or a very short time, when it's really loud, then it can damage your ears, and that's not good, of course. A lot of comments here on Facebook, and I only got 5 more minutes. Amara, I'm just thinking, I guess I will wait a bit more for yours to be on the market. Can it be a proefkonijn? A labrat. The acoustics in my room is awful, all stone. Sure, Amara, wait a minute, I am going to send you a message. And sure, especially, please reply me. Everyone can try this because all my prototypes, all the little speakers, this wooden one, all prototypes, this means 2 small ones and one subwoofer, will be sent to some of my patrons. When you are a patron on patreon.com and you are a patron for a long time, then I only need your address, and as soon as I got a working prototype, I will send it to the biggest patrons, and then I will send some more to other patrons. So this system will be free for patrons. So when you go to patreon.com and you follow the link to the Zoom meeting, that's also possible. But that's the last thing I want to say. I'm trying to figure out a way to listen to my system. You can try it. We can send it to you. But as soon as I got the working prototypes and I got something, a little production, and I know what it will cost for me to make it, then I also know what it could cost for you to get it. I also have an idea to put in a small music player with all the Rapalje songs on it, something like that. Maybe that's a good idea. It will have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connection, of course, with apps, things like that. When I get a working prototype, only the sound system, I will send it to patrons. And when you're interested and you want to land a system, just want to try it, I am happy to send over some prototypes to you as well. And when you're not a patron, you can try it, you can land it for a couple of weeks and send it back, because it's still a prototype and maybe I need it, but I also want to know what you find, how you like it. This is something I've been working on for many hours now, days, weeks, months and years to perfect, to get better and better and better. I'm not there. I'm quite far now with especially the way you put it on the wall, or you're hanging on the ceiling, or you put it on your desk, something like that. Also some aesthetics, looks and things like that. And the Zoom meeting, I will talk a little bit more about it. I also got something, I want to show you something in the Zoom meeting. A very nice prototype I already finished, but not tested yet. So that will be really good. Sending messages is not easy. Okay, Amara, I tried to send you a message. It doesn't work because Facebook is not happy with me. Okay, let me go to YouTube comments. Wait a minute, where are you, YouTube comments? Let me see. Wait, you talk with each other. Wait a minute. You talk with each other, Debbie and Yo and I'm trying to find a room. Okay, I'm not getting the conversation on YouTube at this moment. Yo, Victor, I have poor acoustics in my room. I'm working on getting carpet and curtains. Very true. Yeah, that's the first thing you should try is to improve your acoustics. Don't buy another sound system before you have better acoustics. What you can try is something like this, which cuts through bad acoustics. Better than a normal system, but even with better acoustics, you get better sound from this. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah. We also get download cards. If you didn't know that, when you buy an LP, you get download card. I was talking about it last week. Let's see. Okay, 2 more minutes, and then I close this live stream. Talking a lot with each other. Okay. So when you're a patron, you will get prototypes when you're interested. When you're interested, and subscribe to a mailing list, and just respond to any video you have, and then I will see your message and I will respond to you. But I haven't got a clue how to get a prototype to you. So you can check if this works or not. It's an idea, and I am very impressed by it. But maybe you're not. So let me think about this. Patron is easy for me. Some patrons will get prototypes. I have your address. If you become a patron, then also the chances to become free stuff from me. Prototypes, old cameras and things like that is easier because you paid for it and it's yours, so you get it back as well. Let me see. Lorna Wilbur, Frank, I will dachten. Okay. Lorna, sounds good today. Okay, thank you. Frank, I can bring measurement equipment to test your systems. Frank, okay. Frank, that would be nice. Frank can also bring measuring equipment to test my sound systems. That's good because I also got a measuring system for my sound systems. Of course, I got a very good microphone, Earthworks microphone with a computer and a sound card to measure it all with a sweep. Frank, all acoustics is the best sound. Better use a little amplification as possible. Yeah, acoustic sound is the best, but in your room when somebody else is performing for you from whatever thing you play, a record or a CD or streaming, the better your sound system and the treatment of your room, the better it sounds. Lorna, I would like to see the Nautilus speaker again. How does it sound? Well, it doesn't sound as good as I wanted. This is a white one. This is a proof of concept you find on the internet a lot. This works like a room that really absorbs every sound, but you need a good speaker in it as well. Still working on it, but it takes a lot of printing time. Concept works, but I didn't work on it enough to see what the difference is, because I also got a bowl. I got many prototypes. I also got this one, little bowl with printed damping. You cannot see it, but working on the sound a lot, measuring a lot. I will close this live stream. Thank you very much for listening to the sound. I hope to, next week I'm not going to talk about this. It will be probably a month or 1.5, 2 months before I got real good working prototypes. I got working prototypes, but it's all connected with cables and things like that. It looks like a laboratory experiment, which it still is, but it is something. My credo with my company Horn Audio is it sounds like magic. Okay, thank you for your attention, and hope to see you soon again next Tuesday. And we're also planning live streams of course, and video recordings, so you will see and hear us. Be easy and free. See you next week, next Tuesday. And see you now in the Zoom. We talk about this a little bit more. I got something else I want to show you. It's over here in my hand. I show you a little bit of it. This. When you're curious, meet the Zoom meeting. I'm a little bit late, so I need to go there right now. And the ending of the Rapalje Celtic Folk in a theater, one of the last shows.